Getting ready. We should be. Yes, we are good to go. Good morning, everyone. I'm Stephen Durham with the JCPS Digital Innovation Team. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have Laura from SAVVAS is going to take us through how to use SAVVAS. So if you are one of the people that is going to be involved in leading the teachers at your school in virtual instruction, this is definitely a great tool that you're going to want to be able to use. So Laura, I'll let you introduce yourself and then you can take it away.
All right. Hi, I'm the Customer Success Manager for JCPS. And shortly, we will be joined by Bernita and Robin, who will be assisting me. Hopefully, they'll be jumping on soon and they'll introduce themselves when they get on. But for the most part, in the very beginning, I'm going to just show you what we're going to be reviewing. I'm going to go ahead and first I have to start sharing of my screen.
Yeah, go ahead and get that started, and I'm going to jump over into the chat. And if you're following along today on the JCPS Digital Learning channel, if you don't mind, let us know what school you're from and what position you have. That way we kind of know our audience and can tailor the training to that.
Okay, the caption is on.
Good job.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and start talking about what we're going to be the agenda today. We're going to be reviewing the teacher login. We're going to go ahead and talk about how the teacher can import the classes to Realize. We're going to discuss using SAVVAS and Google Classroom, review the student experience, and above all, how we can support you. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and review how the teacher is going to log in through your Clever portal. Once you go to the Clever portal and you get into the portal, you're going to see on the left-hand side here, right-hand side, SAVVAS Easy Bridge. It's going to go ahead and just select the SAVVAS Easy Bridge. One thing we want to tell you is that we do not want you to bookmark the Easy Bridge link. Always log in via the Clever portal.
And that is so key. I do work in supporting teachers with SAVVAS, and almost every time we have an issue, I would say probably 90% of the time, it is teachers that are accessing SAVVAS some way other than going through Clever. So make sure, use those JCPS quick links, go to Clever, and then go to SAVVAS Realize through there. If you bookmark it or just search for SAVVAS, that's not going to get you to your fully integrated Plus account.
Thank you, Steve. All right, so once you're in the Easy Bridge Plus, we can go to Realize. And then when the Realize page jumps up, if you have not set up your profile, you need to do that. And the profile is just going to take you through each step. You're going to select, the first part is going to select the grade level that you're going to be using. So you just come in here, you would select your grade level and continue on to the next step. The next step is, what programs do you teach? We're going to go ahead and select possibly the grade level that you're teaching. Maybe you want to go a grade level lower or maybe higher for the students that you'll be working with. The next area, we're going to go ahead and set up the Realize account. I would, if I was a teacher, I would just put in Mrs. Mention, and we would go from there. That way the student would recognize my name. The next area is the profile icon. This is just something that you just pick. For me, I would pick a koala bear because I love koala bears. And then set up the Realize account homepage background scene. We'll see a lot of videos. You'll see the frog. It's pretty cool when you're in the Realize platform. You see this throughout the program. The next area is, we're going to have to accept the license agreement. A lot of times we get stopped by this. People like to start and hit let's go when they have not selected the I agree and the license agreement. One thing we want to remind you is that sometimes this takes a little while. You'll get like a little circle going round and round, but what it's doing is processing in the background. So please be patient and let it go through the process. Once we get to that process, we'll go ahead and get a splash page that looks like this. This is your Realize homepage. There's a lot on this page, but we're just going to concentrate on the 2 ways that we can import the classes. We have the classes here, or we can go to the person icon on the right-hand corner. We're going to review option 1, classes. You're just going to select classes at the top and then go ahead and hit get started. Once you hit that, you're going to come here to import classes from Google Classroom. The next option is for you to go to the person icon and then select settings. And both of these, okay, so yeah, I jumped up ahead a little in the account area with the account linking. So here, person icon, and then it's going to come to the splash page. You're going to go to the account tab, and this is down here. We want to go to Google Classroom. You're going to go ahead and get started. Those 2 options will take you to the page where you're going to go ahead and select your school email account. You will always select the school email account, never your personal email account.
So JCPS has an integrate. We have one of the reasons we picked SAVVAS was because it integrates with our Google accounts. So your JCPS sign-in is your SAVVAS sign-in, and this also allows it to work with all your Google Classroom rosters.
If you get an uh-oh, please don't panic. All you have to do is hit disconnect, and then we'll reconnect it, and you'll come to the page that everybody else has gone to. It's just a little, almost like taking a little diversion here. Once you get to this area, we're going to go ahead and select the classes. This is Daniel's class. Go ahead and select that, and then you'll select your programs. In the programs area, what you'll do is you'll add the programs that you're utilizing with those classes. You might want to have 1 program or 2, and you'll select them individually. Let's see, once you're done that, you want to connect the class, and then you'll come here where it says you actually are connected now, and then from there you'll go to finish and view classes. If you do not see your classes, sometimes this happens. All you have to do is say, I'd like to import later. And sometimes this deals with if there's a co-teacher that you're working with. Once you have successfully imported your Google Classroom, you'll see the Google Chalkboard icon, and you'll know that you're successfully synced up with that. We'll go ahead and see if there's any questions. Robin and Bernita, are you in the chat yet?
Yeah, they are in the chat. We also have Cliff is there as well. If anybody has any questions, we have Laura, of course, is here to help. I have some experience with SAVVAS as well, so I can talk to it. But we also have our Learning Plus partners are in the chat, and they're here to answer any questions you may have about using SAVVAS. So feel free to share those questions, and we'll either get them answered in the chat, or I can bring them to Laura's attention, and we can answer it live right here on the show. But it looks Go ahead, Laura.
And if Bernita and Robin, if you can get in and join the Google chat, I'd like you to highlight some things. So if you could go ahead and go to the link that Steve sent you and get in so you can speak with us, that would be awesome.
Yeah, you should have received an invite to the Google Hangouts, and you can just click that and come on the show live with us. And yes, and you can share what you have. So right now I'm looking, we have 18 teachers in here, some of them SAVVAS support, but looks like I have some of my friends from Bates Elementary and from Zachary Taylor. Thanks for joining us today. We got someone from Newcomer Academy and Fairdale Elementary. So it looks like, based on what I know, looks like we have a lot of AICs here. So they're probably learning how to support their staff in using SAVVAS for virtual instruction. I do have a question. Can you unlink courses can you unlink courses from the Google Classroom? I think that's what they're asking. So if you assign a course and then you say, I don't want to have that course for that Google Classroom anymore, would that be an option?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, that is.
All right, so that with questions, let's go ahead and go to SAVVAS and the Google Classroom integration. We're going to talk about how we go ahead and join. We have our Infinite Campus that JCCS uses, and you input the students there, and it automatically syncs in an overnight process to the systems. It goes to the Google Classroom and the Realize platform. One thing that we want to go ahead and talk about is assigning the assignments always in Realize. Any changes will be reflected and synced between the two platforms. And what we want to do is make sure that we always assign in the platform. The system, this is the system of reference, and it changes needs to be made in the assignment, such as adding, removing, editing, scoring, etc. Those changes should be made in the assignment and Realize, and not in Google. I cannot stress that enough.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to reinforce that, Laura. So basically, anytime a teacher is accessing it through Clever, okay, we can't say that enough. That is what causes the issues. Go through Clever, you get on Realize, do all your assignment work there. The students, and you're going to see what their view in a minute, but the students access through Google Classroom, not Clever, and they access all their work in the Google Classroom. If you need to change if a teacher needs to change something in the assignment, the teacher doesn't go to Google Classroom, the teacher goes through Clever, goes to SAVVAS, and changes it on the Realize platform. And then it just syncs over to that assignment that the students have waiting for them in their Google Classroom. So just think, students always accessing through Google Classroom, teachers are always accessing through Clever. And as long as you keep those two separate, you shouldn't have any issues. And we do have Bernita and Robin have joined us live on the show. So they're able to unmute their mic and contribute as well, Laura. Just want to let you know that.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that they joined. They're going to be so beneficial to this presentation. All right, Robin and Bernita, I'd just like to have you introduce yourselves before we continue, because you're going to be a vital part of this presentation.
So Bernita, I clicked on you. You're up first.
Oh, great. Thank you so much, Steve. Good morning, everyone. I'm Bernita Mosley. I work with English Language Arts K-5, Ready Gen, and My View. We are here to support you. Please join us via our Zoom link on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:30. In fact, we have an upcoming seminar today. We're working with MLK King School, and we're just excited to be a part of a training transpiring in the wonderful JCPS School District. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
And Robin.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Robin Talbot Porter. It's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. I support both My View and Ready Jan, and as Bernita has shared, we often hold office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 3:30 and 4:30. Please join us for an opportunity to get some tips and some tools to support you with your teaching and learning. Looking forward to meeting you. Bye-bye.
Thank you both.
Well, it's not bye-bye. You're not leaving us, Robin. All right. So thank you so much. As you can tell, they're with their voices, they're beautiful and vibrant, and they're willing to help you anytime that you wish.
And that's one of the great things about SAVVAS. I got to say, I love working with Laura. Laura and I work closely together. But SAVVAS has people ready to support JCPS with implementing SAVVAS. So if you're ever like, our school needs some personalized instruction, or we have questions with this or need help with that, let me know, and I will get you in contact of the people that can help you. They're here to help. Great support from SAVVAS.
Thank you, Steve. All right, so we're going to get back. We were talking about the integration, syncing rosters, and then always input your assignments and Realize. Once you go ahead and create assignments, you'll see here that you have the start date and you have the due date. You can put instructions. One thing that I want to point out on this screen is that you can add the class, and you just, when you type in, you just type in maybe the first two letters, and the classes are going to jump up in this list. Now, if you're not assigning to a whole class and you just want to go ahead and assign to an individual student, or maybe 3 individual students, let's say if you had Missy Smith, you would just type in M and you would have Missy. So we're going to go ahead and then hit assign after this. So Again, reiterating that this is a Realize page and not a Google page. You're in Realize, and you're going to add the assignment to the class or individual students. Once the assignment is assigned in Realize, it'll appear in the Google Classroom. You'll see right here, down here, see that. And then once a student finishes an assignment, the teacher will see it over here. Good thing about this, so will the student. So the student finished their assignment, they know that they already have 75 out of 100. Throughout the presentation, I want you guys to look at some areas. I have a video here that's embedded in the presentation. Please use these links when we send the video presentation at the end. We're not going to give the slides out until the very end, but you will see the video. And then there'll also be, when we go looking at the support pages, you'll see that there's links. Please use these. I am a visual learner, so I like to look at videos. What we're walking through here is a step-by-step process, but I like to be able to watch the videos and be able to see it being done. And then I can stop the videos, go back and, have one area that I'm actually doing it and watching it being done. One area within the Realize is Realize reports. And I'm going to hand this over to experts. Robin and Bernita are experts on the Realize reports, and they can review this page a little. Robin, would you like to talk to this page and how that can be utilized by the teachers?
Well, this page talks about class mastery by standard. It provides you with an opportunity to look at how students are performing in regards to that mastery. It also shows you who has completed particular parts of this activity, and it's demonstrating for us the students who have completed the number of assignments, as well as those who still need to complete them as well.
And then we have our next page that is the class results by assignments. Bernita, would you like to address this page?
Absolutely. Teachers want to know who has done what and have they gained the mastery for that particular test or assessment. And so by mastery, I think our default setting is 70% for passing. And if it's anything other than that, it will turn to some of the colors that you see, the blue, the gold, and the red. And so as a teacher, at every point throughout instruction, I want to know who has mastered the skill, who has not, so that I can provide remediation in the event is needed. So this page is very important for school administrators, classroom teachers, AICs, and sometimes you can even share this page with parents during conferences.
Thank you. So do we have any questions, ladies and Steve?
No, it's going well. No questions in the chat. Donna's on there, took care of one of them. So yes, all good.
Oh, Donna, she's a good one. Thank you, Donna. All right, so we're going to go and review the student experience. The student are going to log in via Google Classroom. I have the link here, and I also have the link here. We also have the waffle within the Google platform that you can go ahead and select Google Classroom in there. Once the student logs into the Google Classroom, they will see the assignment that has been assigned by the teacher. They're going to go ahead and they're going to select that assignment. Again, I'm giving you attention to the video over here. This is a video for you to actually watch the student log in, go into Realize, and then, into Google, and then go to the Realize platform. Once the student goes ahead and selects that Realize assignment, that's going to ask them to take me to Realize now. If they have, they're going to go ahead and they're going to select their school email account. This area here is very important. If you're sharing devices, we want to make sure that the student is selecting their school email account. Again, you're going to be asked to allow, grant Google, Realize Google access. Once we get to the Realize, this is a Realize page. As you can see, we have the Realize in the left-hand corner. This is the class that, the assignment that the teacher assigned. They're going to go ahead and select that. They're going to go and they're going to go through the assignment. And then once they're done with the assignment, they're going to go ahead and use this turn in all. Always turn in the assignments Bernita and Robin, do you want to like jump in on saying anything that's maybe you think is important from the teacher going from the Google selecting the realize assignment, doing the assignments, and using the turn in all? Are there experiences that you would like to share that would benefit the audience?
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity, Laura. Teachers should make assignments on the realized side of the platform. They'll have an opportunity to provide an assignment date and a due date. And so that information transfers over after you have synced to the Google Classroom side. It is very important that instructions are very clear on the realized side. So when students open it in Google Classroom, that the instructions are showing, but the students need to know that they must click the turn in button. Otherwise it won't sync back to the to the realized side. And so we like to tell our teachers the realized side is the root, it's the tree, it's where everything is anchored, and the Google Classroom side is the branch. So you want to make sure that everything transfers from that root to the branch, and the students need to know it needs to go back to the realized side. So that's one easy trick. So teachers need to assign everything from the realized side, grade everything from the realized side, and then students need just to remember to, first of all, complete the work, and then turn it back in so that they'll get credit for their assignments.
Thank you.
And Laura, if I could add something, as far as the students, what it takes for them the first time they go through, really all they're doing is kind of allowing that access right there. And basically, I just tell them it's just like with the JCPS digital backpack. You just click the blue buttons, and that's just given access. So really, it's just a couple clicks of the blue buttons, and then they shouldn't have to do that anymore. It'll just be set up. The link will go straight through from their Google Classroom.
It's great information, Steve. I appreciate your input. All right, so we did that. Here's the area where the students can view the summary of the completed work. Robin, do you want to talk to what the student can view when they're done finishing their assignment?
They can actually view their scores. They can look at opportunities to possibly redo something if something is not complete. They also have the opportunity to see a mastery of that particular selection that has been given. Also, students have the opportunity to reflect on their learning as a process, and they can see that through the teacher's comments and the opportunity to take on the assignment at hand, that they're able to see how they're growing as well.
Thank you. All right, so one thing about this, once they come here, they've done the assignment, they've turned it in, maybe possibly they've reviewed how they've done. They can also see it in Google Classroom. You'll see that it's graded, and they got 88 out of 100. Do we have any questions about the Google Classroom experience with the logging in, joining, possibly utilization, how the teacher or the students will utilize it?
No, it doesn't look like there's any questions in the chat at this time. And I'm sure,
Okay.
as you start using it with your students, you might have some questions. But really, if your students have been using Google Classroom, which I know a lot of our students have been during NTI, one great thing about NTI is we have a lot of people using Google Classroom now. Then this really shouldn't be much different for them than how they've been working.
And if they do have questions, we're always here for them.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to go into support. We're going to go into 3 areas of support. We're going to go to the SAVVAS Realize in the pages. We're going to talk about your great JCPS support. And then, of course, we're going to talk about how our Partnership Plus coaches can assist you. First of all, SAVVAS support. When you're in Realize, there is the question mark on the page. The very first area is help for this page. When you go to the help for this page, basically you're just going to get like a Google question, like on the side, you're going to have an area to type something in. So possibly you wanted to know.
Oh, no. Oh. Okay, so I'm in. I lost the Hangout. All right, hold up. I can't show this. Crap.
About is the help page. This page is very,
Hey,
very,
Laura. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I got kicked out of the Hangout.
You did?
So since it's recording me, yeah. So we're back. So you might want to go back a couple slides. I'll help get you there. Sorry.
Okay, so where did we stop?
Go back one more, I think. Okay, actually one more, and one more. I think we were at the very beginning. So you were talking about if you're on the page, how you can go to help. So we were right there for SAVVAS support. I'm sorry, somehow it just signed me right out of the Hangout, and the broadcast was still going on, but it was me trying to get back on. So I apologize for that issue, and thanks for rewinding a bit for us.
No, that's fine. No problem. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go talk about getting help with and realize. There's a question mark on the page, and basically you're going to go ahead and select that question mark, and there's going to be a drop down. On the drop down, there's help for this page. That help for this page is going to be like your Google web page where you're searching for things. You can go ahead and select for words such as data. Maybe you want to learn how to view the data. Maybe you want to know how to read the data. You can go ahead and select that. So you're on the data page, you'd select help for this page. It's going to tell you all about that. The next area is going to be the question mark, is going to be the program training. The program training is going to take you to our awesome MySAVVAS training website. The MySAVVAS web training website is 24/7, and it's going to give you contact specific information. It's going to have training videos, possibly maybe giving you some information on how to use the platform, how teachers to go ahead and look at reporting. Maybe administrators can jump on this also if they're listening, and they can look at how to read reports. We have the link on the right-hand side. And the next area is our technical support. Once we hit the technical support link, it's going to take you out to the technical support webpage. We have the area where you can go ahead and get some support forms. We have customer service forms, and then you can look in for login help, how to set up your classes and realize everything that we have reviewed here, but maybe again, you need the extra support. One of the pages that I think is really important because of the Classroom and EasyBridge integration that JCPS has is the Google Classroom and EasyBridge help. We've talked about the account linking already. We also have talked about the classroom setups, but maybe there's some Google features that you want to refer to. Maybe learn about our Realize readers, and possibly if there's sync issues. The next page is the Realize Help page. I think this page is very beneficial. We have a lot of things to look at on this page. It's very, very busy. One of the areas that I want to talk about is what's new. We have our Mosaic digital learning. Basically, this integrates into the ACT. This is a library that contains more than, I think, 80,000 curated and standard aligned learning objects, including the learning and games, SEL resources. Robin or Bernita, you work with the Mosaic Digital Learning. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Yes, I often like to use it as part of building background for students. They have a lot of videos over there. One of the suggestions that I gave a teacher the other day, she was working with main idea and details, and we typed that into the search button on the SAVVAS Realize side, and we went to the Mosaic piece, and we were able to find several videos that address this concept of main idea and details. So it's a wonderful tool.
Thank you. The other area that I want to go ahead and talk about that we have is the interactive PDF. When a teacher assigns a PDF activity, the student will receive individual copy of the PDF, and that enables the student to interact with the assignments. In addition, the teachers can use the same PDF for feedback. Bernita, do you have anything to emphasize on the interactive PDFs that we have within our system?
Absolutely. This is one of the great tools of the SAVVAS and the MyView and all of the other programs. Sometimes teachers always felt as though they needed to recreate a Google slide or doc or other interactive or graphics for classroom instructions, but this interactive graphic helps the teachers to just assign it, and the students are able to right away go ahead and start working with the document instead of the teacher having to reinvent it, just consuming their time. So this is a wonderful feature embedded within this program. Thank you for highlighting this.
Okay, so the other area that I want to talk about is the top area: programs, classes, assignments, data, and support. Once we go ahead and look at these links, in the programs area, we have all the listed here. What I want to highlight is add more programs. We had the question before, and since we did have that question, I want to highlight that a little more. Possibly, maybe your coworker is talking about, oh, I was looking at the MyView program and I really like it. I want to utilize it with my students, and maybe it's not a program that you selected in the beginning when you set up the profile. You can help this area selecting add more programs to help you add the programs to your Realize. So hopefully this will help whoever had that question in the beginning. You can always come to programs. You can come here and look at how to add more programs. Obviously, we have the areas of the playlist. Our Partnership Plus coaches on your JCPS Learning channel have reviewed this, and hopefully if you're interested in that, you'll go back and listen to their recordings. The classes area, we can go ahead is maybe you can review the discussions. Discussions is where you want to have an active discussion with your students. Robin or Bernita, do you want to jump on why discussions are very helpful in person and in remote learning?
So discussions are a way for students to engage with the topics at hand. It also honors every student's perspective in regards to maybe the question that is being posed. It also values their voice in the process of engaging in the content and growing their knowledge base. Medina?
Collaboration is really one of the greatest features embedded within the program. Students are able to interact. So in the world, we have blogs, but on the platform, we have the discussion so that the teachers can just pose a question. Students can respond in different colors. So this is a great collaborative tool embedded within the program.
All right, and then we're going to move over to assignments. The assignments here we have assign, create, customize, view, and maybe you need assistance with viewing the status of your classes and individual students. You can come here and we can view how you can use the assignments, scores, and maybe even how to look at the comments and activities. The other area is data. The data that we have, the overview. I'm going to go ahead, and I think Bernita is very passionate about data, and I'd like her to reflect on what you can get out of our data pages.
Wow. Laura, you summed it up beautifully. I love data. As I'm a teacher by profession, and data, I had a relationship with data. You don't know where you're going unless you have some assessment results. Embedded within our program, you can give weekly and daily and on the spot formative assessment periods in the program. So we have a lot of end of unit, mid-year, beginning of the year, summative, practice, checkups. Every step a teacher should know where the student is and what I need to do as the teacher to address that critical skill. So when schools reopen in March, whether they're doing in-person or virtual, there are things on the SAVVAS platform in all of the content areas where the teachers can just go in and find assessment pieces, be it formative or summative, to find out where their children are, because you're going to want to know like never before, where are they now in this learning experience? So the tests are available.
All right. So, and I'm not going to review the support area. Obviously, I think we're, doing a lot of that. So we're going to move on to the next page.
Laura, if I can speak to what Bernita just said, that is great about all the different types of assessments SAVVAS has. And the message that all our teachers are getting right now as we return to school is we want to get the students back in the building. We want to expose them to grade level content. And that's what SAVVAS is. It's a great way to expose those kids to grade level content. And teachers are going to want to know where their students are, but we don't want to just sit down and start testing and assessing as soon as they get back. So it's great that you have these check-ins and different types of assessments so you can kind of do an assignment and get an idea of where your students are at informally and formally.
Also, we have the ability to be able to customize assessments based on what teachers need to gather as well. So that through ExamView, you have an opportunity to customize your own assessments as well.
That's great. Thank
Very
you.
good point. Yeah, that's a really good point, Robin. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump over to our Realize YouTube. I don't have to explain YouTube. You know how to go ahead and go in and search, but we do have our own YouTube channel. One area that I like to maybe possibly people get experience with is the early learning theme. We have a default theme and we have an early learning theme. Robin or Benita, you work with the K through 5. Would you like to explain maybe what the early learning theme would do if I were to go ahead and search for that in our YouTube? There's a video on it, but you can, since we're not going to go out to the video, maybe explain that a little.
Yes, and so Robin and I both work with all of the grade levels, but teachers in kindergarten, first and second, when the SAVVAS Realize program comes up and they log in, sometimes what they see is on the default setting. It may be a little bit too much for the students to be able to navigate in the primary area. So SAVVAS has taken that into consideration, and they've done their early learning thing where they'll be able to find what they need, the resources, a little bit easier. Sometimes you look at things, it's just too much. So what they've done, they've simplified how the students access the materials so it won't be overwhelming. And that's called the early learning thing for grades K1 and 2 in particular. Maybe some of the older children may need it as well, but I would know that we use it in the primary areas.
And again, you can go right here, you can search early learning theme, and then you're going to get a video, and it's going to explain exactly how eloquently Bernita just explained it. But you can watch it, visualize it. And again, we have a link here at the right-hand corner when you get the slide presentation. Now, to move on to JCCS Support. I am so impressed about JCCS Support. We working with JCPS, the technical support, the digital innovation support has been awesome. You guys are very, very I can't even, I get chills thinking about how you're supported and how they support you and everything you do. They have the JCPS Digital Learning Channel. Again, this is a YouTube channel, but Steve, maybe you can talk more to this than I can.
Yeah, actually, I was going to share that at the end, but I'm glad that you are incorporating it into the training. So, instead of having the traditional PD where teachers have to go to a building, sit, and learn about something, we decided, people like to use YouTube. So we kind of got our own YouTube channel going, and you are able to share information there. So for the SAVVAS support, we have, as you can see there, 40 videos, and they've been viewed over 300 times. And those videos are all, we have setting up the teacher account, we have videos. So the great thing is you have people from the digital innovation team, my team, who is helping teachers innovate their learning. You have people from the SAVVAS team that know the SAVVAS product well. And we also have our partners from teaching and learning that know the core content and the standards that our teachers need to teach. And all of us have contributed and worked on these videos. So, if you're using this video, it is how SAVVAS wants you to teach. The best way to use SAVVAS is the most innovative way to teach for JCPS, and it's covering your standards and core content because teaching and learning people got involved and they know what you need to teach, and they will show you ways to use SAVVAS to teach that. So it's just a great tool that you can go on there and watch those videos. So I would recommend starting with this video, and this will be posted on the digital learning channel. I'll try to get it up there by tomorrow. So you can go through here, use the power of pause, get your SAVVAS account set up. And then as you want to take it further, like, okay, I'm a math teacher, I need to know how the district is using SAVVAS with math. You can go back and look for some of those math trainings and watch those.
Ms. Laura, this is Bernita. One of my favorite videos from JCPS that Robin and I use quite a bit and recommend for our trainings is this one will be number 1 and number 2 as well. And then the one that Steve did with getting started with SAVVAS training, where they have to do the quick links just like you've done previously this morning. Those are my 2 favorites for helping teachers to just get comfortable with the platform. But I thank you for this one and the previous one that has been created. They really help teachers quite a bit.
Great, good to hear. Thank you.
All right, so the next area we're going to look at is the ticket. And this here is how you are going to create a ticket. The JCPS technical team has created a video for you. And to get to the video, you can go ahead and select this link. It takes you through the 1 through 5 step process. Another IT support document that they've created is this one. Again, here's the link. And it just talks about getting started with SAVVAS Realize Video. And I believe that's what Bernita just talked about. And then how teachers will add assignments in SAVVAS Realize. Obviously, we've done that, but there's a video on that also. We're really trying to make sure that you have the support to use Google and Classroom. Okay, so...
And I just wanted to say real quick, so Nikki is at the service desk, and she is the SAVVAS lead for support there. So when you submit that ticket, it's going to get routed to Nikki, and Nikki will contact you, set up a meet, let you know what you need to do, send you directions, but she will get you the help. If for some reason JCPS can't handle it, Nikki cannot resolve your SAVVAS issue, the great thing is we have a great working relationship with SAVVAS, and it will get escalated to Laura and her team, and they'll try to figure it out on the SAVVAS end. So, like I said, this is really one of those platforms we're using that has great support, and we're able to get help whenever we need. So SAVVAS is going to work for you, and if it's not working, we have support to help you get it working.
All right, moving on to the Partnership Plus coaches. This is at the end, but we want to make sure that you are fully aware that our Partnership Plus coaches are here to support and assist you with the fidelity of our program implementation. They have created Padlets. Oops, I'm sorry. The Padlet's here. We're going to go ahead. The link is here. After we get done, I'm going to try to quickly go through this because we're running a little out of time, and I want Bernita and Robin to be able to highlight some of the areas of the Padlets and how helpful they are. So Here's the link, and then the password to that link is Teachers Rock. They have created flyers, each one of them highlighting what they are, the curriculum that they're assigned to, and how they can get a hold of them. This is their email links, and obviously you'll have the links within them. But again, we are getting a little, it's 8:45. I want to be able to go back, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select this link, and it's going to take us out to the Padlet. I want Robin to be able to go ahead and maybe talk about the Padlet, talk about your area and what you would maybe suggest for a teacher that needs assistance. And then go ahead after that, Bernita, and maybe highlight some of your areas, or maybe you can do it both together.
Okay, I'll go first. So if I had to pick pieces that I would immediately focus in on, one would be the office hour link, because Benita and myself always hold office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 3:30 and 4:30. And I know I can get personal attention as far as maybe some questions or some pieces that I'm not 100% sure about. The other thing that I would focus in on would be the digital paths. How to navigate the program, how to create playlists, and how to customize content. Those would be 3 areas that I would say require immediate focus, so that you're able to navigate the platform with ease, that you're able to create the playlist. One yesterday, a teacher said a file folder that you can send out to your students that they can work on either as a whole class or in small groups. And then finally, how to customize content. I have all these great ideas and resources already, and I'd like to embed them into the unit of study that I'm on. How do I do that? So those are the 3 that I recommend right off the bat.
Bernita, is there anything that you'd like to highlight?
On mute, Miss Benita.
I got started, so excited. All of the educational consultants, we took hours and days to create these curriculum alignments between the frameworks within JCPS and the resources for the various content area. This is something we didn't take lightly. We just took the time to find our resources and match them with the standards and the compelling questions and the broader topics in the curriculum framework. We felt that this was our number 1 job, to let teachers know we have resources that aligns with your frameworks, which is number 1 priority of addressing standards to make sure students are successful. So if you want to look at our Padlets, that would be an area that I suggest. There will be a lot of resources out there, but go to the alignment. And I now know that there are priority standards that are coming forward, and we are continuing our work to align with those in mind as well.
All right. So does anybody have questions? I haven't stopped, and I don't think anybody's stopped me for questions. Is there any questions that we have?
Ms. Laura, I'm sorry. There was one that was shared with me through Donna. A teacher was wanted to gather information on how to remove programs. That piece is now part of the Padlet. So if anybody needs to know how to remove a particular program, that reference can be found in the resource section of that Padlet that we just viewed.
Okay, and also we were it was the area of that one page of the support page, and let me go ahead and see if I can go back to that. If you would go to, once you get your link for this presentation, you can come to this page. You can select this link. You can go ahead and go to programs, and you can see add more programs. And this is going to take you through a step-by-step process. Is the person still on, and is that clear, or do they need more information?
It was for removal of programs.
Well, it would be, okay. It'd be about the same. You'd be about the same. There's like one more step, and yeah, that is on the Padlet. And if you do have any issues doing that, we will be gladly to get on, like maybe a hangout with you and do that with you. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm gonna quickly go through this. Oh, you know what? I wanted to highlight my SAVVAS training. All right, so this is a link here. I'm going to come out to here, and then we're going to go to My SAVVAS training. If you do not have an account, you can create an account, and you would use your own, email. I mean, JCPS email and your own password on this. You don't have to be specific. And then we're going to go ahead. I'm going to sign in, and I'm going to show you what you can do. Possibly since we have the ELA ladies on, I'm going to go ahead and put my view. I'm going to search. So again, we went to programs and we searched, and here it jumps up. We can go ahead and select the 2020. Also, I might want to highlight that, hey, this is a program that I'm going to be teaching. Maybe I am a ELA teacher. I can go ahead and select that as my favorites, and you can see it shows up on my favorites page. Okay, so let's go back one. Select. And on this page, it's a splash page. These are the most popular areas that teachers go to, but what I like to do is I like to go to the bottom and I like to view all training. And on the My View training site, here the My View, we can go ahead. There's going to be an overview of the program. It's going to talk about it. And then we have on-demand trainings. The on-demand trainings, it's getting started. There's recorded webinars. Bernita or Robin, do you want to talk about what these recorded webinars might be beneficial for a teacher?
Sometimes when you are in a session, a live session, there may be additional information that you need. And so when Robin and I are presenting, we always reference them back to the My SAVVAS training, because now you can digest the information at a speed visually, and you can listen to it again and again, because sometimes you just can't get everything in the first session. And therefore you are now able to personalize your learning and just go through those that you have concerns with, or you're down the road a little bit and you just want to go back and refresh your memory about something. I strongly recommend that you just go in and select the ones that will help you at the point of use. But don't get overwhelmed. Don't try to do them all in one sitting. It's just a little bit too much. But pick and choose those that will help you as you go back in or as you work with students, and just make it personalized learning.
All right, then there's next steps. Again, I like how Steve said the power of pause. I think that really summarizes what My SAVVAS training can do for you. You have the power of pause. We have all this information. You can watch the video. You can review the handout. We have additional resources. We have training here, maybe digital path playlist that you might want to look at. Maybe you want to look at differentiation. Does anybody else have any questions, or does anybody want to add? Robin, would you want to add anything?
Yes, I like the additional resources. They're usually one-pagers that will show you how to navigate. They answer brief questions that you might have, and they provide opportunities for you to look at various tips of how to do particular items. And I just like them. We've added several of them to our K through 5 ELA Padlet, and they're just a wealth of knowledge, and it's a wonderful resource. So I often use those white pages there.
This is unit. Oh, this is cool. This is new. Create My View Literacy Unit theme board. That's cool. I haven't seen this one. All right, so it's 8:54. I'd like to be able to see if there's any ending questions.
Laura, I have shared the presentation in the chat. So there's two different links for those. Both of them should be to the presentation, and you will need to be signed into your Google account to open those. And if you have any issues opening them, try downloading it or opening using Google Slides, and you should be able to access that and get to all the links that they talked about today.
All right, I want to thank you for the opportunity to, do this training and helping you, and also to represent our Partnership Plus coaches. I really want to emphasize that we are here to help you in any endeavor in your Realize Google platform.
Mr. Durham, I wanted to personally thank you for all of your support. You're a very generous person. You really care about how we impact our work in your district, and you help us to move that work forward. And I do truly appreciate you and all of the above and beyond that you do to ensure that SAVVAS is well represented throughout your district.
Thank you, Robin. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you for joining us today and helping support our teachers in using SAVVAS as we move forward into what is bound to be an exciting time as we return to school. Some students return to school and some are still doing virtual instruction. I did want to let everybody know that we will have this training again at 3 o'clock today. So if you missed part of it, you will be able to see it again at 3 o'clock. And also we will get it up on the JCPS Digital Learning channel as soon as possible, so you can use the power of pause as you go through it. And if you need any help with the getting the presentation, please let me know. And I'm sharing out, Donna has shared her email and Twitter account in the chat, so you can use that as well. And thank you for all the support we had in the chat too. That was great.
Yeah, please, we have a Twitter account. I forgot to add that. Robin, why didn't you remind me? That's your favorite thing to do now.
And I think I added it as well too, JCPS_P. I think I put it in the chat earlier on. I hope it's still there.
Yeah, but you did it.
I did it. I did it early on, Mr. Steve, so it should be there. I hope that's okay, by the way.
Thank you for the partnership. We love working with everyone, and we're here to assist in anything you have.
Yes, SAVVAS didn't just join us for NTI and for the return to school. They also joined us on Twitter, which is pretty cool. Yes. Well, thank you.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
I'll see you back here at 3 o'clock if you need to be here. And Laura, I'll see you then.
All right. Bye.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody. Have a good day.